Good morning, everybody. Guess what time it is? It's Right Along with Julia, and today we are going on a table read for a feature film that I'm working on in a few weeks, and it's going to be great to see and meet all the cast this morning and go through the script. And I wanted to just bring you on a little ride along to my table read because I haven't done that before. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. So this is a table read, and a lot of people don't know what a table read is. Can you explain what you expect to have in your table read?
Yeah, I do this for every film. I feel like, number one, the actors have to meet each other, create their own energy together. I believe that I believe it's part of a required work for that kind of film where you're diving into a character that you need to connect. It's not the day of, it's not something you perform, it's something you actually feel. So for the table read, the two things I always look for is, number one, the people connecting with each other, understanding who they are, what they're part of, and number two is to really listen to the dialogue for the first time from the word, from the way it sounds from the actors. And my partner, Edward Romero, who is my co-writer on this film, basically we listen and we see. It's like almost a final script pass before we go and lock the screenplay. So it's really important for me. I think it's very important process of making the movie is to do the table read. I think it's, for me as an indie filmmaker, I totally recommend it.
Hold on tight.
Okay, so I also worked with Elias on a film a few years ago called Ashes, and I am so looking forward to delving into this fun character, tragic, fun storyline that he has, and working with some of the same people that I worked with back then. So stay tuned. This is going to be an amazing film.
Well, I'm Edward Romero, and I am the screenwriter.
So why a table read?
Well, I like to do a table read because I really like to hear the dialogue back from real actors, because something happens between the page and the actors that you hope to be the truth of what that character is. And I learn a lot from the table read, just the way things are delivered, and if there are things that need to be trimmed, or changes that need to be made based on, because if it doesn't feel real, or if it just feels like I'm trying to force something, then I think it's really helpful to hear it back.
Soft to the touch.
I want you guys to all meet each other. This is the team that is going to make this movie happen. Really.
Well, I'm Bryant. I'm playing Bishop in the movie Ribbons. He's a white supremacist, Aryan Nation, drug addict, alcoholic, jerk.
Real quick, so tell me what you think a table read brings out in a film.
Well, I think the purpose of a table read is to, initially get the actors together to find a chemistry, see if it's there. And then I think for the writer and director, it's, to hear it out loud with the cast. Maybe they've written it and they've said the dialogue back and forth, but, once you get everybody cast and you're there, then you can kind of find and hear the rhythms and see what works and what doesn't work. Maybe you need to snip a few lines, or cut a scene out, or add a scene, something's missing. So I think it's really a way to hear the script, get everybody together, kind of call everybody together and kind of get the, this is what we're doing, and it's kind of like the locker room before the game.
Thank you very much.
But as a group, as a culture, as a group, as we move together, we are much more powerful. So rely on each other, be each other person to help in this process, get to know each other. Because I know it's 15 minutes, but painting like this, an art form like this are there forever. We can be proud of being part of something this powerful.
I am playing, my name is Joel Bryant. I'll be playing Mo for Ribbons. And Mo is a very sleazy, greasy strip club owner.
But he's so beautiful.
Don't wait for him to read the action if you're in the middle of dialogue. He's not going to read that action. So if it's a look, if it's a, one of a pause or any of that stuff. He's not going to read that stuff. You take your own beat on it. So if there's an action like moves to something, then he'll read that part. Okay?
Can I?
So that's a wrap on the table read today for the film Ribbons that we're going to be shooting in a couple weeks. I am so excited. All the actors and the writer and the director and the producers and everybody involved are amazing, and I'm really looking forward to this. So stay tuned. I'm going to bring on a ride along when we do the shoot. Thanks for coming along on this ride along with Julia. Have a great day. Bye.
Changing.